Pat and I are joined this segment with Warren Seeley. He's from North Nagle Realtors in Greece.
Welcome, Warren. Warren, thanks for being here this morning.
Thanks for having me, Brenna and Pat.
We're so happy to have you here today. We've been talking about foreclosures and all kinds of different stuff, and we're bringing you in today. We want to know, what's your expertise in real estate here in Rochester, Warren?
Well, I basically focus on, single-family homes and investment properties. And, nowadays things have changed a lot, so we're getting more into foreclosures, short sales, and I think it's a good topic to kind of hit on because it does affect the market and what we're doing right now.
Okay, good. Would you call yourself a specialist? Do you specialize in foreclosures and short sales, or you're kind of just a wide range of stuff?
Wide range of things, okay. But right nowadays I'm doing more foreclosures and short sales than anything else.
Interesting to know. I mean, just because Brenna and I are not in the marketplace to study that, locally, so that's nice to know. Can you explain to us, just in layman's terms, there's a lot of listeners out there that don't know what an actual foreclosure is. Can you explain to us in layman's terms what that is, please?
Yeah, foreclosure is basically someone lost their property back to the bank or whoever the lender was. It could be a credit union, any type of bank that just does Fannie Mae, HUDs, those are government, funded programs. So they'll go back. If you see something that says a HUD home, that was a government funded loan, and then they're actually selling it off.
Okay.
Trying to get their money back.
Now that is after the people are thrown out of the house. They actually have gotten notice, several missed payments, X amount of payments, and then they're taken out of the house, removed. The bank takes it over, sits on it for a couple of years till all the pipes burst, and then they put it on the market on a foreclosure, correct?
Oh, yeah, you can find all kinds of little things. You can find the copper missing, furnace is gone, fixtures missing. Could be a lot of things. So it's something to take in consideration when you're looking at a foreclosed home. They may not be in the best of condition.
Yeah.
Why does it take so long for a bank to, are they called tenants then if they're not paying their squatters? Once they're removed from the property, why does the home sit there for so long?
It could sit there for so long because it's just the laws. It's the way the laws are. They definitely, New York State, give everybody every opportunity to try and make good on the loans and try and get themselves back on their feet. So it could take about a year for a bank or any lending institution to be able to go through the legal process to try and take the house back. So the property could sit there for a while.
Okay, yeah. Now, this brings me to a story I wanted to tell from my real estate days. Actually, this is not a real estate days story from me. It's another realtor that I know personally. Go ahead,
Pat Coin story time.
That's it.
I'm going to have to come up with a jingle for that.
I think that's a good idea. We're a little late on the jingle for that one, but that's okay. Pat Coin story time, just a quick one. A realtor friend said to me a couple of years ago that he was in a situation negotiating a house deal, and he sold the house to a young couple. They borrowed $25,000 from their parents. And they moved into the home, which is great, nice. And they didn't make one payment. Can anybody guess how many months the bank allowed them to stay in the home before they were removed or tossed out? Anybody want to guess?
A year.
A year, that would be my guess. These people lived there 24 payments worth. That's 24 months, 2 years before they got thrown out.
See, now I would have rented it out.
Yeah.
Went back and lived with the parents.
Yeah.
And made some cash.
Yes. Now, see, that's thinking. It's thinking ahead of time. I just had to.
And I would have had a shed.
Yes. So you can. No, that's beautiful. I mean, it's just that some of these are extreme cases where you cannot believe you can actually write off the bank for 2 years. Now, had these people been smart and borrowed 120% on the mortgage instead of borrowed from their parents, they would have been sitting pretty because they could have jammed 24 months of payments in their pockets, not milked their parents for 25 large, and gone happily down the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it could have happened.
So, Warren, now, enough about my stupid stories.
Learn all the ways you can scam banks and homeowners here on Property Source Radio. Good Lord. Last week, Warren, we had Carm Santora. He's the executive director of the Better Contractors Bureau. He was on our show. The Better Contractors Bureau, if you're not aware, is an organization in town, a nonprofit that is out there helping homeowners work with contractors, designed in a way to, reduce the amount of scams and things like that go on. So Pat asked the guy, what'd you say to him?
I said something like, what's the best scam I could pull to, make an easy scam for myself and make a lot of cash?
We're making these announcements. So now you want to know what the scam is, so you might as well tell Pat.
Yeah. You might as well. Now, I actually wanted to get serious just for another, because I have this other question for you, Warren. I want to know if you could explain to us layman people in normal people, in layman's, I'm not normal, everybody else that's normal, in layman's terms, what's a short sale, please?
Short sales. It's a good question because a lot of people think it's one thing or another. A lot of people think it means that the sale's done quickly, which is the total opposite. Basically what it is people are upside down in their house. They owe more than you're going to be able to sell it for. There's a lot of ways to go around it. I mean, I could go on for an hour on how to go about a short sale and how to, try to make these things as fast as possible. But they're actually trying to make it easier on everybody right now and get answers a little quicker. So
interesting.
Basically, it's someone who's never going to make any money on the house, but they're trying to do the right thing. And that, to me, is the key, is the seller is trying to clear their credit and sell the property off and not just walk away from it. And I think that's a very honorable thing and a good thing for them to do.
Interesting to note that key term. They're trying to do the right thing.
Right.
It's karma, baby.
Yeah, true.
Karma.
True. So they're not really stiffing the bank, supposedly. Right. Where a foreclosure would somewhat be like stiffing them.
Yeah, in a way it is. I mean, sometimes you have no choice with the foreclosure because you just can't get it done in time, or there's some situations. But
right. Let's reiterate. Not everybody who forecloses is a bad person who's out to scam the bank.
Right.
I mean, that's not what we're saying here. We're just laying out the different
Yep.
Opportunities when you're involved in in home ownership, and the bills come up and the job ggets lost and things happen. It's life.
Yeah, things do happen. I mean, it is an unfortunate thing. I mean, right now, the stats for, foreclosures are going to be coming up. They're going to be coming up heavy because it's getting higher and higher. Right now, the percentage of people that are able to catch back up are a lot less. It used to be, right now, if you're 90 days behind, what do you think the percentage of people that are able to catch up right now is?
If you're 90
days behind.
It's very difficult because if you have a G to cough up every month for your mortgage, and now you're up looking at the fourth month, that's $4,000 you got to cough up. And that's hard on everyday people when they're usually paycheck to paycheck by lifestyle.
So what do you think the percentage is?
Percentage of 90-day behinders?
That catch up.
That do catch up. I would say 3%.
You're at 1 or less.
Really?
Right now, that's weird. So that means all those properties, if you're past 90 and you've got a load of properties that are past 90, those are definitely either going to end up short sales or foreclosures.
Oh, wow.
Because the percentage is just too low. So 99% of them are going to end up on the market as a short or a foreclosure.
Now, are these the market conditions in our area that you're talking about?
Yes.
So right here,
all over. Yep.
Local or nationwide?
This is local. I like to always try to focus local. That's a local number.
I appreciate that, Warren. Yeah. Warren Seeley with Nothnagel Grease we're talking with today, and I appreciate that number too. That is a local number because we like to talk about Rochester a lot here, since it's a Rochester-based